Hey guys, welcome to this ARK Genesis video. I'm going to show you some of the new toys that they've got going on to help us survive in the ARK, as well as just some random fun like I normally do when it comes down to ARK. One of my favorite games. I'm so glad this season pass has come out. As you can see, when you drop in the world, you got your little HLNA thing, yelling and screaming at you, telling you about all this new stuff, these missions, blah, blah, blah. None of that stuff you care about. We care about shit like tech claws, you know, cruise missiles, stuff gonna get blown up. But before we get to that, it's gonna show you, you do have a missions tab now, so you can do these missions, and they will give you hexagons. I also have all of the bog biome glitch locations that I'm gonna be releasing later on today. And you'll be able to knock out the bog biome, which I believe is the easiest way to get hexagons so far as in the beginning, so you can farm them out real quick. I've got a bunch of locations of where they spawn, and just a little word of advice on that: when you are looking for these hexagon and glitch locations in any biome, they are going to be mostly congested around the obelisks, the red, blue, and green. So just watch out for that. So let's jump into it. Let's show you these shiny claws, man. We got these claws. Coolest melee fucking weapon I've seen. Definitely a nice upgrade for the visuals and stuff. As you can see, this what is this? A Pachysaurus thingamajig. Pachyniconomicus doesn't stand a chance. And the cool thing about the claws, whenever you attack with them, you do attack faster, and it seems like they charge up and they glow like this really cool like glow. So I'm gonna go over here, look for more shit to kill. Scout like the predator, which is really cool because you do have a weapon, shoulder cannon, that does make you actually look like the predator. I'm in creative mode, so there's a lot of cheating going on, which makes things a lot more fun. But as you're going through the world, you see I just started, I just got into this biome, and this is my first experience on the Genesis, launch. You're going to be finding like little nodes around, like I was talking about the glitches and stuff that you'll be fixing, and these little nodes like you see up there in the distance to the right of my character, where you can start missions like escorting the frogs and stuff like that. So we'll check that out real quick. We'll see like if we can hop, skip, and jump away with this guy right here. And since I'm in creative mode, I might as well try it on the hardest setting. But just keep an eye out for these things. I'll let you do little missions throughout the area, and I believe they are unique to each location. So be on the lookout for them. They do spawn underwater. They do spawn in caves, stuff of that nature. But we got this little Beelzebuffa, or Beelzebufu, or whatever they come up with these names, man. I mean, was that the Cretaceous name of the frog or something? But yeah, you escort this guy, and you're gonna get jumped by a whole bunch of angry animals with a whole bunch of HP that you're gonna need more claws to take out. So I wasn't prepared for this, and as you can see, not being prepared leads to disaster in ARK, as it usually does. You're ready to base with just the rocket launcher. Some people can do it. Drinking that beer. Using those cheating flyers, rocket run and shit, right? Alright, just failed that mission, so not a success, but it's fun. I'm trusting out the claws, you know what I mean? Checking out the new stuff. Here we got the Hover Skiff. This thing is awesome. I mean, you can build on it. You can use it to pick up shit. You can fly around, and since there are no flyers in the Genesis biomes, you can only fly with the Hover Skiff. So be happy that they have this. As you can see here, I'm like tractor beaming a stego. I feel like something out of the Alien right now. So a lot of the tech has, since upgraded. I just wish they would have included maybe some more flyers, maybe like some jet ski type things for like faster aerial assault type stuff. I don't know. We don't get too far out there though. But I'm gonna drop this stego right here and pick up this Daedon. And I've heard that you can actually tame creatures by leaving them attached to the vehicles. So I'm testing this out, and actually I did find out that you can't for long periods of time. And you'll see, I'll put this data on here, and later on, actually I was trying to like summon in, a long neck rifle and the trank darts and stuff like that. And by the time I did that, he already fell off the tractor. So there's like a little cooldown on it while you, um, shut the vehicle off. I don't know if it came just from the damage. He got like squished or something, but he ended up disappearing. So kind of got done with that. But here you can see you can build on it, just like you can build on the new Megacellon or Megachelon, the big turtle that everybody likes, which is going to be shown later on in the video, as well as the Bloodstalker. You cannot put turrets on either one of these, though, so that is kind of a thing that sucks, but, I mean, it would kind of be little overpowered if somebody could put turrets on a moving base, and you know, it would, it would be really funny actually. Yeah, you can get banned for that, couldn't you? So, the mining drill. Look at the mining drill. Oh, isn't that just great? You can mine everything in the game and kill creatures with this thing. It runs on gasoline. It is amazing. It will use element, I think, as a second resource, but it is badass. You just run around and just do that all day. What is this? What just happened there? Those of you who know already know what's about to happen, but this is the badass thing. So overpowered when they released it. They did patch the damage though, man. It is the cruise missile. It is kick-ass. This thing did 75k damage to every structure until they just patched it. Now it's down to 25k, which I'll show later on in the video. But another cool thing about the Hover Skiff, you look at it, it says it's assessing damage, and then it'll repair it. But you can see how much damage it did. It did 75,000 damage to the Hover Skiff. And then they updated that to where it only does 25,000 damage, which is a lot. So, and I think it won't even, now I think if you hit like metal structures, it'll do like 7,500 damage, like the metal walls and ceilings. But, we're going to put on this missile message, you know what I mean? Shut up, phone! You know, Chimero87, man, follow me. I got YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Instagram's my in real life shit, and everything else is just built around games. So you check out Chimero Games on Facebook, and then you can go and you can follow me on Mixer and Twitch on Chimero87, and then YouTube, obviously you're here already, it's Chimero87. But this cruise missile, I'm going to show you the amount of range this thing has, and I'm a little obsessive with the cruise missile, so don't mind that if if you see a lot of cruise missiles being fired at this thing. We got the grenade launcher and a couple other things coming up too in the video, so make sure you stay tuned. We're just gonna test this range out, and it's just crazy how this thing can go underwater. It can touch the ceiling, as you can see right now. I'm touching the ceiling of the map. I actually thought I was underwater whenever I shot this, because when I went to go past the stego, I actually flew underwater for a second, and I actually went back up, but I couldn't tell due to the the discoloration of the scope of view on the cruise missile. So as you can see, there's that green bar goes down. There are actually that is your pretty much your time limit to go and blow something up. How you detonate it is by pressing E. It's not impact oriented, I do not believe. I think it does have a health bar, which I'm assuming is the blue thing on the left, which means I guess they can be shot down by certain things or something of that nature. But you can speed it up and slow it down with WS. Obviously, W being the go fast or S being slow down. And once you get to a certain range limit on it, it'll give you an imminent disconnect warning, and then it'll disconnect just like that. Nothing happens from it though, you don't get killed or anything, nothing, negative happens. In fact, you just lose your very, very, very expensive missile, from what I've heard. This is obviously creator mode, so I'm just summoning them in. But, we got our Hover Skiff here. Sorry, I just almost choked myself to death in my amazement of all these new toys. And, little Hover Skiff over here is pretty cool. But, seem to have tracked some insects. So, we're going to have to get bug repellent to get these guys away, because melee weapons don't seem to work, and the only thing I've got are grenade launchers and cruise missiles, and I'm not going to be blowing myself up here anytime shortly. Can try out the mining drill a little bit, see if it gets them away. It ain't doing too much, so the only thing we got a little raw meat and boiled meat. I think I've already been sorry about that. Yeah. The things that ARK does for us. So, here's a bug repellent. It does work on these guys, as you'll see here in a couple of seconds. Make sure you're packing that in your jammies, or your knapsack, or your pack, whatever. Just make sure you bring it. It doesn't matter where you put it. Probably better off I don't know where you put it, but use that. You can get away from them, and they won't follow you. So, bug repellent's not new. Insect swarm is, from what I've seen. Goddamn cruise missile. Here it is. Oh, damn it. It's too long of a missile. Might as well take it out of my Hover Skiff. Massive damage. I couldn't believe how much damage this thing did when they first released it in the patch. Oh, shit, where am I now? Alright, this isn't cool, man. I seem to be trapped in some sort of maelstrom or something, and we got this Megalodon following me, and oh my god, I just can't get any worse. But this is really cool, because actually I'm in creative mode, but I'm literally stuck in this maelstrom. And I'm assuming it's supposed to kill you, and I'm not sure where they come from, or if they're just random, or if they're just in certain areas, or if they lead to different things. I couldn't really get down there to fall down that hole to figure out where it was or where it led to, but it's just something I haven't seen. It reminds me of something I would have saw on Atlas when I played Atlas. So it was kind of pretty cool to, to run into this by accident. I had to throw the video in there, and I actually did get out by accident, you know what I mean? But we see the turtle there, and that's what I'm looking for. I didn't know the summon command for the turtle, and I didn't want to just summon one in with any of the creatures. I didn't want to summon them in. I want to find them in the wild and then force tame them and then check them out and see what they do. But there he is, and I really want to get him, so I'm trying everything I can do to get out of this friggin' tunnel right now. Except for maybe using the blink gun. The blink gun might have worked. So anyway, the current, like, gave up or something, but I ended up getting out of it and getting these turtles and building homes, and I'm going to show you that a little bit later on. You know, the whole thing about building on them. You can only build like 3 walls high, I think it is, and then you can't put a ceiling on them if you build 3 walls high, so you have to put your ceiling on the top of the 2nd level, so make sure you know that. It's just, I guess it's so you can build a 2-story tall with implements on the top of it. You know, so far, like little random type structures where you have a wall where you fire off of, PvP and stuff like that. But they are pretty cool to find. Like I said, this bubble breath thing that allows them to stay underwater without taking any damage or losing any oxygen. Or I think they might even give you oxygen while you're on top of them. Or around them, but or on them. I don't know what it is. But anyways, they're cool, man. And as you can see, they do attract a lot of fish. Yeah, not only worry about the structure damage that you're taking, but you have to worry about creatures killing your potential home. You know, because I believe when these things die, your whole entire structure would just fall all over the ground. So, just a thought, since there are a lot of crazy creatures in here. You know, this is actually the ocean biome. I teleported there from the bog biome, and they're the only 2 that I've tested out so far. But I will be adding more videos of the biomes and their unique creatures and their unique, let's say advantages and disadvantages. If you're a really good underwater player and you like underwater biomes, the ocean one would definitely be the one I would pick to play on. It is very dangerous, I guess you would say. I think, you know what I mean? This would be like actually more advanced tribes would be living on this one, or on this biome, just because it is, you know, it's underwater and everything takes so much time to get on there. But to get on and, you know, an upgrade and to build. But as you can see, this is actually a structure I built on him. I recommend leaving a ceiling open on the bottom or something, anywhere open on the bottom. That way you can just hop onto the turtle before, you know what I mean, you know, and to get away or to, you know, relocate yourself from inside. You know, that's just a common ARK tactic, you know, for any creature you can build upon like that. But as you can see, you can bring the structure underneath the water. They're not affected by the maelstroms like your character is, so it's pretty cool. And as you can see, the maelstrom in its full glory there. I'm not sure if any tames or anything could possibly die if you brought them in there inside of it. You could probably only put some small creatures in there like raptors and things of that nature. But it's a really cool idea they had. I'm glad that they did it, and I hope it definitely carries over to being you know, awesome for PvP. Because imagine it's like some base just popping up, all your resources and everything is popping up right next to the raid. Instead of having, you know, to set up a fob and all that stuff, you know, you got a mobile fob, you know, that you can hide actually while you're PvPing. You don't have to equip with turrets and waste the bullets and stuff like that. And then you put your little spare sets of flak and all your raiding materials inside of, you know, without worry of somebody locating it. Because it's underwater. I mean, unless they have some super fast, you know, creatures underneath the water, you know, trying to find you, you're pretty much protected there. So I'm thinking about that. That sounds like a really cool thing that we got going on here. So, oh, this grappling. Okay, what the fuck do I have this up for in the video? Find out, right? Oh, there it is in all its glory. Okay, moving on from that. Moving on to these tech jumpers. These little platform, man, jumping pads. These are things that are really awesome, man. I heard someone make a mention of the bounce house. You know what I mean? You can put a whole bunch of these and make a bounce house out of them, or you know, create like a Sonic the Hedgehog type, you know, pinball game on a really land-based, you know, place. They have one, you know, angled one way, you bounce into it, then bounce in the other one. You know what I mean? Make a giant little fun trap. So these things are really cool. You can adjust the tilt on them and the force that they do, so you can change the force up to 100%. and then you can rotate the pitches up and down. I believe that when you place them down, they have a natural area to where they have, you know, the pitch goes up or the pitch goes down at. And then if you rotate them again, like I said, that rotate down sights, this is actually the way that you're looking. It's going to rotate it that way, and then it changes the pitch. You know, if you tilt the pitch up, it's going to be the area away from your character. If you tilt it down, it's going to be towards your character. At least that's what I'm getting from here. And it stops at that angle, so you can't really tilt it towards your character, if that makes sense. But they are pretty neat. I can actually see them being used as like underneath some foundation ceilings or something like that. You could have these down there, and if somebody's breaking in your base, man, they fucking land on them, boom, and it sends them, shoots them up right into some turrets or something. I don't know, kind of like a little surprise trap. You can do a lot of stuff with them to deter, like, you know, creatures from soaking your base, I would imagine, stuff like that. A lot of stuff that hasn't been, you know, tested, but these things could be very, very useful for. I don't know how strong they are, but they are very, very cool. And if they do work on hostile tames, you know, that can be a major line of defense in the, you know, in front of your building, you know, where you're most weak. You know what I mean? People so soaking will have to get in some other way. Just looking at it, I got some stuff built up here. We got the shoulder cannon coming up now. This is probably one of the coolest things that I made mention of the Predator. You can activate it just by holding down E once you have it equipped, and then you can change it to the overcharge, which is the sniper version, or you can change it to the standard, which is the you know, this irregular, you know, rifle type thing, and then you have the rapid fire. They each do less damage, so the sniper does the most damage, has the longest reload, and, you know, and the standard has the mid-range, you know, reload and damage, and then the rapid fire has the lowest damage and the fastest fire rate. So it all depends on what you do and what you prefer and what situation you're in. But as you can see, you can grapple out of the maelstrom. I almost had an accident right there. I got stuck in it. But if you can't get this thing to fire on its own, if you press E and then change the setting of it, even if it's back to the one that you already have it set at, it will like reactivate it. So that's just some sort of glitch they have right now as they're working out the bugs and stuff from it firing, you know, all the time. So you can either deactivate it and then reactivate it, or you can just change the fire rate on it, or the range, or any of the settings on it, and then it'll reactivate it again. So if it's not working for you, just do that. And you can also press E. Not press and hold, just press E, and sometimes that'll work to help fire it too, once it has a target logged on. For the most part, though, it should just be shooting automatically. And I believe it shoots whatever's closest to it, even though that seems to not be the case in the video right now, because it would have shot the other creature that was closer at that point in time. But I prefer the sniper one, just because it does seem to do a lot more damage, and it's just a great addition to the game. I mean, especially for people who aren't that good at shooting in the game, or that might be doing other things. It's like another form of protection. And you know, whenever you're in PvP, not sure how much damage it's gonna do in PvP. I would imagine it probably does, you know, anywhere from like 50 to 100 damage. I don't imagine it one-shotting people, even in sniper mode. I mean, I don't know how the headshot would work with that, so it seems like it's more plasma-based, so it's more like a tech turret, having an AoE splash damage type of thing going on, which is reduced, obviously, in its damage capacity, but not completely nullified and void if you're within range of the hit. So, there we go. We got a cruise missile. I just want to show you the area radius of damage that these things do, so I'm using it on some wood platforms. So, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow my channel. See more of these awesome ARK videos. Get you some of the latest stuff going on with them, and also just to give you another perspective, maybe some more ideas, you know, that you haven't thought of, or other content creators might not have thought of. So hold on now, because the video is not over. It's actually very far from over. This is a long video, and I haven't had any time segments. You gotta watch the whole thing or you just miss something. So, boom! Timed that wrong. Boom! Boom! Did I get it right that time? Okay, let's see. Look at all that damage. Oh my god, the wood. That stuff does what? I think that's 3,700, but I'd like to say it's like 3,700,000. And then this is the area of effect of the cruise missile. Roughly, it's a little bit larger than that, but some of it was absorbed by the ocean platform. As you can see, too, and later on, I will be showing you... Why, this disappeared? Oh my god. Well, yeah, I guess I just blew myself to oblivion. Literally, I'm just a little image walking around. Oh yeah, we gotta play with this. Whip out the claws or something? What do you think? We should bust the claws out? I love being a ghost, man. Now we really look like the Predator. Huh? All invisible and shit. The claws, you can only see the weapons. And yeah, man. This is awesome. Alright, cranking out this shit. All this glowy blue stuff all the way around. What are these little fireflies right over in the sky? This is nuts. So, yeah. Anyway, we got the grenade launcher here. Supposed to be driving grenades out there. This thing is really cool, and you can change your ammunition by holding down a left control on the keyboard. For you console players, I'm not sure what it is, but then you can just hold that down. You can change what type of grenades go in each slot, or you can hit all slots and change it to all one type. So like this, I did all one type, cluster grenades, fire, boom, 6 of them going in a row, and you know, that can be pretty OP. My favorite one so far is honestly just the regular grenade or the tech grenade. And I'll show you all of those right here as well. But the poison grenade is pretty cool. For me, though, the tech grenade and the regular grenade are going to do it. The cluster grenade is pretty cool, but I think you have to be in a certain situation where all the clusters are going to break off and go to the same spot for it to be very viable. This is a really cool weapon, though. I haven't been testing to see how much these things actually cost to make. You know, so if you play official, man, you're gonna have a lot of grinding. I know y'all that are already set up probably won't, but you know, if you decide to re-roll like we always do whenever the new patches, updates came out, like the Valguero, we all roll brand new, and, you know, farm, you know, 30 to 100x server, and you know, it doesn't take too long, but at the same time, you know, if you're playing official, it's just a lot of stuff. You know, you're gonna be counting these grenades as you're shoving them out, because that's a lot of materials to be wasting unless you live in a mega tribe. You know, resources aren't hard to come by, but just for your average Joe solo player. Do you like the poison grenade? Cause look how much area you can cover with that poison grenade. Over, you know what I mean? Having to throw each grenade single-handedly. It's just a really powerful weapon. I don't think it's as OP as the cruise missile is. I'm glad they nerfed that thing from 75k structure damage down to 25 because that was just ridiculous. Oh boy. Alright, let's see what else we can get into here, man. We're gonna make sure we load our hover skiff up. The element it does use, or the fuel it does use is element. And we're gonna mess around a little bit with this, I guess, but you've already seen me do that, so we'll fast forward the video, huh? Who would have thought? Another fucking cruise missile. This one I just wanted to kind of show you like what these things can do so far as terms of, I showed you the area and around, but look at how high I blew that up, and look at the damage that it did to the things on the ground, and the actual shark it killed, you know what I mean? It completely disabled this thing, I think. It says repairing disabled, so it did a lot of damage there, all the way up there. I'm checking these training demos out, didn't look like they took any damage from it, but my subsurface base actually took damage. You see the Megalodon got killed, right? We'll go down here and we can actually check out and see the damage that it did to my underwater base. I mean, look, it did fairly decent damage, as I was telling you earlier. It does about 7,500 damage, roughly, to metal structures per shot, and it did all that from up there. So, dude, that's a pretty nutty little damage radius. So, I guess it's a 12 by 12 explosion, you know, foundation. So 12 around, you know, from the center, like kind of a squarish pattern, which didn't really make sense. And I figured it'd be more circular, but it seems to act like more like a square. And then the obviously 12 fucking foundations high. It might even be more because this thing's pretty far up here. And I don't think it's 12 foundations high though. Yeah, probably not. But it's pretty neat stuff, man. Cruise missiles OP. All right, let's check out some other stuff. Look at this rowdy little fucker, huh? Yeah, this is it. This is one of the coolest mounts in the game. Oh, no, I killed it. It's the Bloodstalker. But I mean, look at it. He looks like the alien. Even when he's dead, he's kind of intimidating, man. And he does this thing, yeah, where he catches you. You see what he did? He freaking caught me in the air and, oh, he fell. Anyway, he does this thing, he attaches onto you, latches onto you. I ended up force stabbing him and he became my mount. And he pulls you in and attacks you in the air. And then also he has on the ground. He only has one attack, but he does have a left click and a right click function, which the left click is one of his tentacles, the right click's one of his tentacles, so he has two of them that you can use. You can use one to grapple something while you're hanging on somewhere, or you can just use both of them to act like Spider-Man and have, grapple with your right, swing, grapple with your left, and going all through the air and acting like a complete friggin' nerd on steroids. Yes, we have Spider-Man in here. Marvel has somehow gotten to the ARK developers and Wildcard, I mean, and completely convinced them that Spider-Man needed to be in their game. As we said before, the Bloodsucker does water walk, and the only thing I really found with him, you see, like, it's hard to scale stuff. It's not like a rock scraper will just jump up on there, but you gotta, like, target towards the top, and then kind of, like, jump up and land on the top of an object, and it seems like there's some sort of smallness that helps you, but nothing too drastic as so far as the landing on maybe like this thing over here. I'll show you, like, when we get up here to get to the top of one of these. It's not really as easy as it would appear to be, because we're going to try to get up to the top of one of these, and then we're going to teleport to the ocean biome, and I'll show you this little teleport on that. You can talk to your little droid and just go to the biome that you choose to go to like that. So that's very interesting, very cool. You can go to whatever biome you want just by talking to your fucking little HLNA, your Helena, or whatever. But the Bloodstalker is a very cool monster. I'm not sure how it'll fare in PvP. It does seem to give like some sort of fast, disposable advantage in PvP, especially since you can teleport these to other biomes and they will stay alive. As you see, I am having a little bit of difficulty up here, but then boom, it jumps up. It's got some sort of assist right there. I don't know how to trigger it, but hopefully you'll find that out. So as I'm talking to my HLNA, you can just pick whatever place you want to go to, what region, and it takes about 45 seconds, just like teleporting into a boss fight, and then boom, you're here. But we're still talking about the Bloodstalker. Just teaching you a little stuff about the game, you know what I mean, as we're going. Cool thing about the Bloodstalker, it walks on water, but you can build with it. Just like any other mount, you can build it, so you can use it, you know what I mean, to kind of build your ocean platforms and stuff like that. Fairly easy, you know what I mean, by walking on top of the water. And also building your ocean bases, or any like fobs or anything that you decide to generate with this stuff. So a lot of things you can learn from this. Creature, a lot of new additions to the game that it kind of adds, new features, new strategies. The implementation though is pretty cool. I have tried, like you just saw there, to grapple this thing. I think I did grapple it, and then my cannon killed it. But you see as it flew out of the water, I mean, it was sort of grappled on there. Getting up on these things, just like any other thing with the Bloodstalker, it's kind of hard to do it, but I mean, it's not really that big of a pain in the ass. It's just ARK, right? And on that note, guys, I thank you for watching. Please, if you did like the video, like and subscribe. I will be releasing the content from now on, maybe in a less scatterbrained version, maybe having a video for each different type of creature and each different type of item as they get released. Say with Season 2 and stuff. I just want to get a whole bunch of the new content out there, because unfortunately I got the game a day and a half later than it actually released, so I am a little bit behind. Anyways, like I said earlier, like and subscribe if you liked it. I will catch you next time. Please drop comments, as your feedback is highly valued. See you later.